Hello guys, this is just going to be a quick update for the channel, and as the title suggests, we're moving to 1080i, so we're going to have HD videos showing up on the channel from now on. Now obviously I have a lot of stuff recorded on the old camera still, so it'll probably take me a while before we completely through to the 1080i, but this is the new camera that I've bought for the channel basically. It was reasonably expensive, although it's quite an old camera. So I think it's like maybe came out 5 or 6 years ago. So for me, it's pretty ideal because obviously I couldn't afford to be buying a brand new top of the line camera just for YouTube channel. I don't have any interest in photography really, so this is just purely for the channel. And I should say there's been a couple of guys buying stuff on eBay, and that took quite a bit of the sting out of this. I'd say maybe an eighth of the price of the camera I would have got back from guys who've been buying stuff on eBay. So thanks for anyone who's been doing that lately. You're helping a lot, helping to upgrade the channel a bit. So obviously I wanted to upgrade the camera so that I could get the HD video. Previously on the other camera, which I'll show you now in a minute, was an old bridge camera, and I think it was it 680 or 720, something like that. Anyway, it wasn't a full HD camera. The old camera could take 1080 HD images, but it was only the 640 pixels or whatever it was, and that's why you had the two black bars on either side of the image, and you should be able to see the black bars on the picture at the minute, because I'm shooting this with the old camera obviously, and in a minute you'll see what the new camera looks like. The features that I wanted really on this camera was obviously the lens, that I can set this manual lens. So I set up my camera, I can set the zoom I want, and I can turn the camera on and off, and when I turn it back on, obviously I'll have the same zoom. On the old camera is a bridge camera, so when I powered it off, the lens would retract in, and power it back on, it just started up in a default position. So this adjustable lens is going to make things a lot easier, because there's an awful lot of stopping and starting when you're trying to record these things. The other thing that I wanted was an external mic, because I notice on this camera that when I move around a lot, the kind of the audio, the level of the audio changes a lot. So I wanted an external mic. Now it might be a while before I actually get setting that up, but that should be coming in at some point in the future as well. I haven't ordered one or anything like that yet, so it'll be a while yet. But this is the new camera, so I'll switch it over and I'll show you what the old one looked like. So I switched over to the new camera now, and this is the old camera that I used to use. This is a Sony bridge camera, and like I said, I've no interest in photography really, so I've been borrowing cameras the entire time I've been doing this channel. So I've kind of been switching between borrowing my mother's camera, which is this camera, and my girlfriend's camera, which was the one that was doing the HD videos at the model shows, different things like that. This camera served us pretty well. I did use one of those compact cameras at the start, but the zooms on those are mostly digital, and you'd find that if you tried to zoom in with it, the image got grainy. But this one, it does have a proper lens. It's a bridge camera and has a proper lens, and when you zoom in with this, the image doesn't get so blurry as quickly. After a point, it starts to get a bit of blur on it. It's not a huge zoom on this, but it did us pretty well so far. So here's an example of what we might be normally looking at. So let's see how the zoom works for this. I think that's pretty good. You can see quite a lot of detail. I wonder how close can I bring it. Struggling there. It's pretty good there, I would say. Yeah, I think that should be a pretty good picture. Should hopefully improve our should hopefully improve your experience of viewing the channel at least. Should be able to see things a little bit clearer. And another benefit of this zoom is when I'm zoomed in like this, I have all this space to work with. For example, if I'm trying to solder something and I'm zoomed in from way back here, that makes things a lot easier for me. It's very hard to try and solder around the camera, or even to try and unscrew bolts or anything when you have a camera and a tripod in the way. It's pretty difficult. So it's very good to be able to keep the camera a lot further back so that I can work on things a little bit easier. Zooming in on stuff might be a little bit tricky. If you see, we have a fairly good focus on this, and if I zoom in, we start to lose our focus, and see, it's very, I've lost it here, but this part here seems to be very focused, even though the autofocus is aiming here, but still it's pretty good back here. We've a pretty good picture there, so that should be good enough. You can get macro lenses and things for these cameras, but it costs about 3 times the price of the camera, so we'll not be getting that anytime soon. But that's everything. I just wanted to show you guys the new camera and let you know that we'll be switching to a higher definition video soon. And like I said, there's a couple of weeks of videos that I have to work through, so it'll be a while before I get all the videos switched over to HD. But keep watching, and hopefully it'll be getting a bit better. That's all there is about the new camera, so hopefully the video will be a bit improved over the next few weeks, and hopefully you'll find it a little bit easier to watch without the black lines up the sides of the video. And if you have any comments or suggestions on maybe if you know something about using this type of camera, how to get the focus in when we're in really close to those kind of these areas with all the different light sources, if you can think of a way to improve that, let me know. But that's everything really, so thanks very much for watching.